Are you incoming? Thought you might be. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that was a nice little interlude, wasn't it? And probably you might get why I think this is probably, this beautiful woman's one of the most inspiring women I know.
Everybody can normally hear me. I've known Laura for 30 years, actually. So when you said 30 years, I went, really? Is it? Wow.
No.
Anyway, so listening to you, I'm totally inspired. So like you know, my favourite would have been Neroli, Geranium, etc. And I'm actually thinking not only for myself, but a few people around me at the moment. So how... because you made that sound really simple in how you're using them and your attachment now.
Yep.
So how do you start to use these easily now?
Thank you, because I totally missed that. And I'm standing up here with this bloody thing in my hand, and I didn't talk about it. Thanks. Yeah, because some essential oils are not safe around everybody. These are, by the way, the ones I've shown you. So the easiest thing to do, I hate to say Amazon, somewhere you can get these little blank nasal inhalers, and you just get the wick out. They come separately, the little cotton wick, and put your pure essential oil onto that. I've got this as vetiver, I've got frankincense in my pocket, in my desk, whatever. And then that's personal to you. You don't have to do the whole Vicks inhaler thing, just underneath and waft it. That's probably the best idea. And the other thing I forgot to say is my next project is I'm writing a piece on, well, starting a piece on researching on cancer care and essential oils, because there's a whole load of rubbish out there about what you can and can't do. So
Yeah.
that's...
And I'd like to just underpin what Laura has said, because it's been a battle, and being part of the SATCC is really interesting. But and they're on many websites. There's this big thing about essential oils being used, and there is no evidence for a lot of essential oils that they are harmful in any way to be used in cancer, as long as they're at an appropriate level and don't contraindicate any chemotherapy or treatment. So, well done, you. Bloody
Thank you.
Correct.
Yes, I've got leaflets if anybody does want them, or I can email them to you, it's probably easier. Never neat on the body, never ingest them, ever. Always use them personally, not around anybody else, because you never know drug interactions, pregnancy, etc. Yes, and give yourself a break. Don't use them too much. You know, these are highly volatile organic ingredients. There's things called ketones which can kind of build up in your system, which is not, it's all right if you're totally healthy, but maybe not if you're a bit compromised. So my advice is speak to a clinical aromatherapist. Not that there's many of us left, but those that are qualified in it will be able to guide you personally, navigate through it, and buy from a reputable source. There's something called the ATC, Aromatherapy Council, which have a list of suppliers that are adhering to safety standards. So they'll put a batch number on, they'll put a best before date on it, they'll do the whole keep away from children, etc. type thing. And respect them. Don't even put them in the bath without dilution, because they'll itch, or I've even seen a lot of people talk about lavender. You can use lavender and tea tree on your skin. Yeah, you possibly can in a very prescribed way. But I've actually, as recently as a couple of months ago, seen people where they've been using it as a perfume and they've got an allergy on their wrist, and they'll have that allergy for the rest of their life. And lavender's in everything.
Oh, please. Can I just, before you ask the question, can I just say something so we can just talk about timings? Because this is good, and if anybody wants this to stop, then say now.
Firstly, thank you. That was absolutely brilliant, and you know how we all love you. All the wonderful perfumes or aromatherapy oils that you put around, I mean, I love all of them apart from one. Can you combine them? So can you choose the ones that you want to put in your inhaler? And is that safe to combine them? So just tell me a little bit about it. Because I'd bung them all in and then smell, you know. And I would be one of these people that would have it half stuck up my nose most of the day. But I know that's not safe. But which ones can you mix, or does it not matter?
Doesn't matter. You see, blending is a whole art, and that's the next part of it. And there's perfumery separate to this, which isn't always about essential oils. It can be about made fragrances too. But blending is interesting from a herbal perspective. My new friend Anne-Marie will probably back me up on this. It's interesting if you try and blend in odd numbers. So that way the herbs try to balance you. So they're constantly trying to, basically keep you in homeostasis. So you might want to, if you wanted a beautiful sleep blend, you might want a tiny bit of vetiver because it's quite strong, and maybe you'll put in lavender and chamomile. And those three together will help get you to sleep, help you stay asleep, and help you have a great quality of sleep, because the three things kind of are symbiotic, and they kind of happily roll with each other. If you have four or evens, they tend to be a bit static, and they're just kind of there. So all of them are safe to blend, but less is always more. An accord is made up of 5 different scent molecules, and that's really special when you make your first accord. But it is an art, so it's trial and error. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's fun to try.